Will not raise income tax, will not raise national insurance contributions and will not raise VAT.
We're not going to increase tax on working people, and that means
tax to record levels. They have broken their promises, and it is the working people of this country that are going to pay the price.
I apologise. People are eating their tea. Fucking slagging off the government, Christmas, just life in general.
Keir Starmer's credibility is crumbling, and public anger is on the rise. From broken promises to controversial decisions, the Labour government is facing a crisis of trust. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favour. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. But there's a solution. In this video, we'll explore how transparency, accountability, and genuine action, not just words, could turn things around. The question is, will Starmer listen? When Keir Starmer first stepped into the spotlight as Labour leader, he painted a picture of hope and change. His promises were grand: a great British energy plan to revolutionise the country's power sector, unwavering support for the working class, and a commitment to fiscal responsibility. These pledges resonated with many voters who were eager for a fresh direction in British politics. But as time passed, a stark contradiction began to emerge between Starmer's words and his actions. The Great British Energy Plan, once touted as a game-changer, has been slow to materialise. Critics argue that it's become little more than a catchy slogan, lacking substance and concrete implementation strategies. Even more troubling is Starmer's apparent shift away from his working-class support base.
about that. I wake up every morning thinking I've got a mandate to change the country. I've got a mandate to improve living standards. I've got a mandate to improve the health service.
When are we going to stop taking went to Eton as a qualification to run the country? I mean,
is families that work for their living, earn their money through going out to work every day.
Despite his initial promises, recent policy decisions have raised eyebrows and sparked outrage. Most notably, Labour's backing of tax cuts for the wealthy has left many supporters feeling betrayed. This move, seemingly at odds with traditional Labour values, has been seen as a capitulation to big business interests at the expense of ordinary citizens. The pension cuts proposed under Starmer's leadership have further fueled public anger. Many retirees and soon-to-be pensioners feel abandoned by a party that once championed their interests. These decisions have not only impacted individuals' financial security, but have also eroded trust in Starmer's commitment to social equality. The public's perception of Starmer has taken a significant hit as a result of these contradictions. Recent polls show a sharp decline in his approval ratings, with many voters expressing disappointment and frustration. One Labour voter from Manchester summed up the sentiment: "I thought Starmer would be different, but he's just another politician saying one thing and doing another." As public frustration grows, so does the scrutiny of Starmer's every move. Social media is ablaze with criticism, and political commentators are questioning his leadership. The Labour leader now finds himself in a precarious position, caught between appeasing diverse factions within his party and maintaining credibility with the electorate. It's in this charged atmosphere that an unexpected voice has emerged to challenge Starmer's narrative. Gervais, known for his biting wit and unfiltered commentary, has turned his attention to the Labour leader's inconsistencies. Gervais's critiques, delivered with his trademark sarcasm, have struck a chord with many disillusioned voters.
No, it's like fat shaming. It's not fat. You don't get cancer shaming. He's trying to save your life.
Losing a farm is not like losing any other business. It can't come back. That's why the lack of urgency from the government, the lack of attention to detail.
Gains tax, up. Inheritance tax, up. Energy taxes, up. Business rates, up. First-time buyer stamp duty, up.
His ability to cut through political jargon and expose the stark reality of Starmer's contradictions has added fuel to the growing fire of public discontent. When are we going to stop taking went to Eton as a qualification to run the country? Ricky Gervais's scathing commentary on Starmer has ignited a firestorm of public debate. But as the dust settles, a more profound question emerges. How much power does celebrity critique truly wield in shaping political futures? Gervais, known for his unfiltered commentary and biting wit, has turned his razor-sharp focus on Keir Starmer. His critique of the Labour leader's background and qualifications strikes at the heart of a growing frustration with the political elite. Gervais's ability to articulate complex political issues in simple, often humorous terms has resonated strongly with a public increasingly disillusioned with traditional politics. The response to Gervais' comments has been overwhelmingly supportive. Social media platforms have lit up with discussions, with many users sharing their own experiences of feeling let down by political leaders. This groundswell of agreement highlights a deeper issue: the widening gap between politicians and the people they're meant to represent. Gervais' influence in this debate raises important questions about the role of celebrity commentary in political discourse. His interventions have the power to bring attention to issues that might otherwise be overlooked by traditional media. By challenging the status quo and encouraging public scrutiny, figures like Gervais can serve as powerful catalysts for political engagement and change.
Feelings are personal. Some people are offended by equality. So what? You know, so you can't second guess people. If you try and please everyone, you'll please no one.
Are fully costed and fully funded. And that means no tax rises for working people.
We're not going to be raising tax on working people.
We will not raise taxes on working people.
We're not putting up taxes on working people.
However, not everyone agrees with Gervais' approach. Critics argue that his style, while entertaining, may oversimplify complex political issues. There's a concern that the blending of entertainment and political commentary could lead to a lack of nuanced, constructive dialogue. This presents a challenging balance: how to harness the reach and influence of celebrity voices without trivializing serious political discussions. Starmer's team has struggled to effectively respond to Gervais' critiques. Their limited official responses suggest a difficulty in countering the comedian's influence and addressing the growing public frustration. Some Labour MPs reportedly feel increasing pressure to address these concerns, highlighting the real impact of Gervais' words on the political landscape. The long-term effects of this celebrity critique on Starmer's credibility could be significant.
That I should have stayed in my Kentish Town home and disrupted my son's GCSEs, that was the right thing to do, then I think you should put that to me.
Will you nationalise the big 6 energy companies, yes or no?
No.
No, you will not.
By the Home Secretary was the wrong decision, and I think it was rushed.
As public figures like Gervais continue to challenge political leaders, they have the potential to shift public opinion and influence future electoral outcomes. Starmer now faces the daunting task of rebuilding trust and demonstrating that he can deliver on his promises, all while under the unforgiving spotlight of public scrutiny, amplified by voices like Gervais's. As we've seen, Keir Starmer's political journey has been marked by stark contradictions between his promises and actions. From the unfulfilled Great British Energy Plan to controversial tax cuts for the wealthy, Starmer's credibility has taken a significant hit. Enter Ricky Gervais, whose unfiltered critique has resonated with a disillusioned public, forcing us to question the effectiveness of our political system. But what does this mean for the future of political accountability? As celebrity voices like Gervais increasingly shape public opinion, we must ask ourselves, how can we ensure our leaders are held responsible beyond social media outrage? The answer lies in active civic engagement.
No income tax, no national insurance, no VAT.
Means that this budget raises taxes by £40 billion.
That is a commitment not to increase taxes on working people.
I don't believe it's fair to raise taxes on working people.
We will not further increase personal taxes.
It's not enough to simply react to political scandals online. We need to participate in local politics, engage in community discussions, and demand transparency from our representatives. By doing so, we can create a culture of accountability that extends far beyond the reach of any celebrity critique. So, the next time you hear a political promise, don't just nod along. Question it, research it, and most importantly, follow up on it. Because in the end, it's not just about what our leaders say, it's about what they do. And it's up to us to make sure they follow through.